All right. Yeah. Um, Most people don't realize that they don't get to be themselves. They accept being what they're told they're going to be by people that want things their way. They fit in their box, right? And what they think is right and what they think is wrong, what they think is good, and they think is bad or evil. And the thing about it is in order to have a perception, you have to be able to justify your perception, okay? And then validate it. You have to be able to, here's this is right and here's why. This is wrong and here's why, right? And so most people, especially philosophy, democracy, philanthropists, you don't have the right to abuse me for not accepting your philosophy of democracy and philanthropy. Okay, you don't have the right to do that. Okay. With what I believe in, okay, there is no right for me to abuse you, okay, for being a philosopher, democracy, philanthropist, right? I don't have the right to abuse you for that. I have the right to explain to you that you're wrong and you need to stop, right? Okay, but I don't have the right to abuse you for being you. But I have the right to protect me and others like me from you. Right? Sheng Yu. The emperor will stop you. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? You don't need to build a wall to keep other people where you want them. You don't need to do that. If they come and kill you in your sleep, just think of all the ecosystem and all the people you saved from giving their lives away to your wall, right? So you build a big giant wall to protect yourself from the other asshole. And you're probably even a bigger asshole than he is. He says so in the cartoon. You ever seen Mulan? Well, he built his wall to challenge me. He showed me his ass, and I'm going to show you his. It's a dick measuring contest. I'm going to build my phallic symbol. He's going to build his phallic symbol. I'm going to try to fuck him off the face of the planet. He's going to try to fuck me off the face of the planet. That's just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, it is. All right. So I don't think most of you understand what it's like to be more capable and more intelligent than most people, and then be censored by people that are not as capable of intelligently protecting children as they are. Okay. And so most of you guys are just like, shit, I believe in the First Amendment. What's the First Amendment? Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Okay. What does that mean? Come on, tell me your philosophy about your democracy for your philanthropy. You have the freedom of speech, right? So you have the freedom to speak freely. Right? Get together in a large group, vote me leader, and we murder people over money. Right? I believe in the First Amendment. I believe you do. Do you know what I said there? Okay, was that double negative or something? I don't know. Was that improper English? Okay. I don't know, I used to piss my mom off. She was an English major. But I believe that you do believe in the freedom of speech, right? Okay? But you speak, and then people, okay, he's a philosopher, democracy, philanthropist. Right. Didn't they used to believe in Zeus and Apollo and Hermes? Yes. Okay. They made all that shit up. Yeah, because they didn't understand stuff too good. Obviously, they have philosophy, democracy, and philanthropy. So they still don't understand stuff too good. Right. Okay, do you understand? So freedom of speech. Why? Okay. Why do you feel that you need to speak to everybody about philosophy, democracy, and philanthropy all the fucking time when it's completely fucking wrong? Yeah. Forgive that trespass, love one, eternal, faithful peace. We'll kick you off Facebook. You're going against our community standards. Wow. Seriously. Okay. And then every time I screw up and I say Ron when I should have said Mark, I say YouTube instead of should have said Facebook. So, he's it's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I get a little screwed up. My mom used to do that too. Yeah, she used to call us all by different names. I remember one time we were in Colville, and Jiggles was barking, and Mom told Patrice to shut up, and Treese started crying. I go, Treese, what's wrong? She goes, she just called Jiggles me, and I'm like, yeah, Jiggles is cute. It's a compliment, you know. Mom goes up and calls her. She's called me Czar. Yeah, but Czar's a cat and Jiggles is a dog. What's the difference? Jiggles is nicer than Czar. Czar's an asshole. Okay. Mom's called me an asshole. Okay, but she's calling me Czar. Czar's an asshole. Okay, yes he is. He's a jerk. Jiggles is a dog, but she's a sweetheart. Dumb dog. Oh, yeah. You know, you have to run down the bottom of the hill with me and help me carry her back home. And I have to, hey, and you got it, Earl? I got it, Kate. See? Kate, Natalie, Treese. There you go. Okay. See, it happens, right? That happens quite frequently, you know. Yeah. Damn it, get in here. But, Dad, I'm Jesus Christ, right? Remember Bill Cosby with his dad and first 7 years of my life, I thought my name was Jesus Christ, and my brother's name was Damn It. Right? Dad was out there playing in the rain, and Dad came out, damn it, you get in here. But Dad, I'm Jesus Christ, right? It's funny. No, it's very funny. No, it's like the first 7 years of my life, I thought my name was Dummy Sanford, right? And so, Earl, I don't think most of you understand the magnitude of being a person that has prophecy, that their life is prophecy. There's a book called Revelation, okay, in the Holy Bible, and it covers a lot of intimate details of your life, your existence before you were ever born, all right, which was put into motion by the people that crucified Jesus Christ and turned Jesus into a war god instead of understand the faith of Father Abraham, so we don't have to do this, right? So all prophecies fell fulfilling, right? So Jesus was not, this is great, let's do this again sometime. Yeah, hey, every genetic molecular similitude, let's hunt him down, let's torture him, and let's publicly crucify him over philosophy, democracy, and money. Okay, it doesn't have to be democracy. It can be communism. It can be socialism. It can be fascism. We can all be fascist anarchists for all I care, just as long as we have a philosophy to it and we have lots of philanthropy from it. There we go. Oh boy. You know, I don't think most of you understand what it's like to be the Lord from the book of Revelation, who looks like Jesus, but he's not Jesus in flesh. Okay. He looks like Son of Man. Adam, Moses, David, Jesus, John. Have you ever seen the artist representations, okay, of John, okay, the author of the book of Revelation, okay? He looks like the artist representations of Job and Jesus and so on and so forth. They all look alike, you know? How can you tell they all look alike? They all look alike, okay? And then you get these artists and say, well, he looks like Mel Brooks. It's like, yeah, if you poison him to death with alcohol and drugs, and yeah, he looks a lot like Mel Brooks. He swells up. Looks like Uncle Fester, right? But he gets detoxed. You look at him, oh my gosh, that looks like John. That looks like Jesus. Oh my gosh, they look so much alike, right? It's consistent genetic molecular structures. Okay, over tribalism over hundreds and thousands of years, right? And then people get mad. Well, how come he doesn't look like Adam? Because Adam was from the equator in the Tigris-Euphrates River Valley of people that were of dark. Yeah, okay. So Adam looks more like Pharaoh's people. It's David in the Bible, you know. My people are all the way from the River Nile to. He talks about. I mean, you talk about Israel. He talks about Africa. He talks about the River Nile, and he talks about all these people that are of his faith, of his family, of Adam's family. Okay, and the original Adam. In that book, they talk about the tiger suit. That's a migration. Original Adam is Mount Zion in Africa, okay, near the equator. Okay, and he's dark. Okay, we're talking like Pascal Siakam dark. Okay, Siakam dark. We're talking he's dark. Okay, and that's the original father of the Bible. Okay, and Eve is brown. Okay, and it's just because of where they lived and how the environment and how the body reacts to the environment and what's in the environment for the body to exist. Okay, when you move away from that environment, you adapt to the environment, like the birds with the beaks and stuff on the Big Bang Theory and stuff like that. So you got to understand. Just because my original physical father and mother are black and brown, okay, and from the equator, that means they had different tribes even before he establishes a faithful kingdom of God. And so that means that people were walking and talking and sexually reproducing around before we had, okay, the faithful communications of faith in God. That's why Patrick's into Slipknot. I'm like, there was always a cognitive. I never saw myself as a creature. I know that I have DNA that mingles with the creatures. Okay, but I know there's a genetic sequence to that. Okay, but I don't have a cognitive. I remember being an ape and picking your fleas off and eating them. It was great. Those were the days, and you knew who you were then. Gals were gals and men were men. Mister, we could use a man like Dr. Sayus again. Didn't have no simian rates. Take your paws off me, you damn dirty ape. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? I don't have any recollection of that type of genetic sequence or anything like that. If you guys do, hey, more power to you. You're more connected to your apiness. Yeah, good job. Okay, no, I don't. I have cognizant reason, of faith in God and the glory of God and loving one another and having families, and respecting them. And of a cognizant human being, yes, I have memories that, that connect and keep me connected way, 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 way back. Okay, but as far as being, the beginning of a Mel Brooks movie with Gregory Hines and Ron Carey and other said folks in it. Dom DeLuise in it. Yeah, he's always in it. He's funny. Yeah. Okay, but here, take this. But yeah, so no, I don't. Okay, guys, I love you. Well, if you do, then we'll work it out. But I'm not an ape, so I love you. But peace out, man.